Well, earlier today on Taoiseach's questions, I asked the Taoiseach about the primetime programme last night, which showed the cruel, abusive, inhuman treatment of vulnerable elderly people, the lack of regulation, all of which is a consequence of the government's determination to privatise home care services. And I intend to return to the subject on the order of business proper. But I want to ask you, Taoiseach, about the letter that the Minister for Finance has written to Allied Irish Bank, which purports to stop the payment of the €40 million in bonuses to executives of that bank. It is a fact, Taoiseach, that the government was shamed into sending that letter, having told us originally that there was nothing that could be done for legal reasons. Then you were going to deal with it by taxing future bonuses. Then you were going to look at it again, and then eventually the Minister for Finance wrote the letter. It is, of course, I suppose, a case of better late than never. But I think the issue that arises is it too late? Because the Minister for Finance has acknowledged that the letter cannot stop the payment of the bonus to Mr Foy, who took the legal challenge against AIB, a legal challenge which wasn't contested by AIB. I'm told that there are at least 90 other similar legal challenges where proceedings have already been started. So I want you to tell us, will Minister Lenihan's letter prevent the payment of bonuses to the 90 people who are involved in those cases? Secondly, can you explain to us why the letter wasn't sent at an earlier stage? There were a number of opportunities when a letter of this kind or a position of this kind could have been taken by government. When the legislation on the guarantee was being dealt with in 2008, and that legislation, remember, stated that there would be terms and conditions attached to the guarantee, including terms and conditions relating to remuneration and bonuses. Why wasn't the letter sent when the original recapitalisation of Allied Irish banks in the amount originally of €3.5 billion was brought forward by the government? Can I ask the Taoiseach, when did the government first become aware that these bonuses were to be paid? When was the government informed that legal action had been initiated? And when was the government informed that the judgment had been given without contest that the bonus was to be paid in Mr Foy's case? Well, the position, as I understand it, is that and as the Minister for Finance has been communicating it, is that he has told Allied Irish banks that if they proceed to pay the bonuses, Allied Irish Bank will not benefit from the taxpayers' money which the state is going to put into Allied Irish banks. And that is a position I think that we would all support. My question is that going to work? I understand, the Minister has already acknowledged that it can't affect the bonus in the case that has already been to and through the court and where the award has been made. I understand that there are 90, Taoiseach says 91 other cases where legal proceedings have started. As my advice is that, according to the Buckley case in 1950, the Oireachtas or the executive cannot intervene, or I think supervene is the word that's now being used by the Minister, in a case which has already commenced. Now, if that's the case, then we're in territory that the Minister has sent his letter, but bonuses will still end up having to be paid. So what I'm trying to get to here, Taoiseach, and I have to say that your answer to me earlier hasn't clarified for me. I mean, are we in a situation that the Minister is shutting the door after the bonuses have bolted? I mean, is it not the case that, yes, he has taken finally, after there's been a lot of publicity about it, he's finally taken action. But are we not in a situation that it won't actually do the trick? That because he didn't act earlier, because he didn't do this when the guarantee legislation was going through the House, because he didn't do it when the original recapitalisation was being done, and because he didn't do it when he found out that the bonuses were being, that the bank was considering paying the bonuses, that we're now in a situation that the letter is written, the threat is made, but in fact, as this will work its way out, we will find that the bonuses will end up having to be paid.